And there we go. That's black-eyed peas done as Hoppin John, served over rice with cornbread. Hi everyone, welcome to Backyard Chef. I'm Rick. Today we're going down south in America. We are making southern style black-eyed peas, and I'm making it with a lump of bacon. Now, it's a long time since I was in South Carolina, probably about 30 years. I had a version of this over there, and I've been making this version ever since. Now, it's a fairly straightforward recipe actually. I've got my black-eyed peas, I've soaked them overnight, I've just drained them and give them a good rinse. They are going in this pan. Now, there are many recipes for southern style black-eyed peas, and there are many different families and people make their own version. Okay, I'm not gonna hide that. I'm making my version. We got some bay leaves, they're going in there. So they're in there with the black-eyed peas already. Okay, what we're going to do, we're going to add the chicken broth in there, and then we're going to put this on to boil. Now don't stress, there's no seasoning in here yet. All the people are watching and saying, where's the seasoning? It's coming in a second, and I'll explain why. I'm going to stick this on behind me to bring it up to a boil. Now the thing is with this, you have to watch this. If you don't think there's enough fluid in there, put some more in. Now we got a little bit of chopping and prepping to do. Nothing too hard on this one. Now we have some garlic, and we're just going to give that a little chopping over. Now we're not going to do too much on this. It's going to cook for nearly 2 hours, so it doesn't matter how big it is. It's going to more or less dissolve in our soup, you know. So don't get too flustered over garlic. Now, of course, if you don't like garlic, don't put it in. That's common sense. Right, garlic in there, and then we're going to add our onions. Onions, we're just dicing the onions, you know. It doesn't matter how you chop them up, just chop up your onions. Onions and garlic, one side. We have some carrots. Now, the veggies are very much optional to whatever you want to put in. So there's no point worrying about what you want or don't want. You know, if you don't want carrots, they ain't going in. If you want more onions, put more onions in. Okay, we have some celery. I've already cleaned it. I've already pulled the leaves off. However, I've left the small stalks on because there's nothing wrong with those. And then all we're doing is we are slicing, cubing, any which way you want. Now all this is going in the same bowl. Have a green pepper, a green bell pepper. Now everything is going to be sliced and diced. I have a couple of jalapeno chilies here, and we do not want all the seeds, obviously. So let's have that open like that. Again, just fine dice. Now there's our veggies done. Bacon. I've got this fantastic lump of bacon here, and we want some good squares of bacon to go in our pan. So that is a good load of chunks there, and I've got some rashers. Now we are just going to slice through this, because what I want to do is fry some of this off and have it as crispy bacon. We're going to chuck this over the top. Okay, now we need to get to some work. Pan on. This is butter, optional. You know, you don't need it if you're cooking off your bacon. There will be enough bacon fat in there in a minute, but I'm putting that butter in there. We're going home cooking. So let's start that off, and then we're going to chuck the big stuff in there. Okay, we get that lovely cooked bacon in there. We need to be taking that out, but leaving the fat. So we're taking all that out of there. And now we are going in there with our large cut bacon. A little bit of colour on. There appears to be a lot of water coming out of this bacon bit. Quite a lot actually. Okay, look at that lovely fat in there. We've rendered a lot of fat out of that bacon. Now I don't want to take it too much more down, because it'll just dissolve all in our bean mixture. So let's just have some of that out of there. In fact, we're taking it all out. We want our bacon out of there, but leaving the fat in here. We want that fat, that is our flavour. Garlic and onions. Start to sweat that down in all that bacon grease. Fantastic. Now we're not going to put a cook on these as such, you know, we're just going to sweat them down a little bit. Release that onion flavour into that bacon grease. Fantastic. Meanwhile, we've still got these boiling away behind us. They'll all come together in a minute. Okay, and this is where I differ from everyone else. I'm going in there with my spices. That's black pepper, that's Creole seasoning, that's cayenne pepper, and that is smoky paprika. Okay, the reason for that, these spices are going to bloom out their natural oils in this oil. So we're going to bloom the spices properly, releasing all the flavour into this pan. Instead of chucking dried spices in a pan full of boiling water and just boiling them in water, this way they release the natural oils from the spices. In there with that lot. Putting your veg in is an optional step. You do not have to stir fry anything in there, but I'm just putting a little bit of coating on there before we chuck it all in our pan. Now, we're not really putting any frying on the carrots and things as such. You know, they're going to go in there and boil away for about an hour. And let's face it, the carrots and things are not going to take on the flavour of those spices, but the onions will have. A couple of tablespoons of apple cider vinegar. Just give that a stir through. Okay, that's about got it. Off there, on there, off there, on there. Just give that a quick little stir. So that is our bean mix in there with our veggies. Now you can see in there, look, we've put all that flavour that we've just cooked in that pan into there. That is a pan full of flavour right there. Now those beans are going to take that flavour on. The veggies are not going to take the flavour on at all. Onions will, obviously. So our beans, when they're cooked, will have that flavour that we want out of that pan. Okay, we are going to stick a lid on this. The lid goes on and we're going to simmer this for about 1 hour. Then we're going to come along and chuck in our big ham in there. Let it cook for another half an hour with the ham in, and then we'll serve it with the bacon. Okay, we've been going about an hour and 20 minutes, and that is our black eyed peas in there. Now, what you need to be doing is just mash a couple of spoonfuls at the side and stir back in, and then you're going to get that thickened bean sauce in there. Now, I have got quite a lot of fluid in here. As you know, I did put it deliberately because I like a soup with mine. And we're going to serve it over rice and with cornbread. So I'm not just having a bowl of black-eyed peas. That's fantastic. Okay, and remember our ham, our bacon lardons, they're in. Now, our bacon bits, we want some to serve over, so just chuck a few in there. And that little bit of that oil. Might as well have that bacon grease in there. I'm just going to give that a little stir through. And there you have it. We've got that lovely, fantastic southern black-eyed pea with bacon. Awesome. Just let it all warm back up again and we'll serve some up. Oh, okay, that's got it for me. There's enough there. I've got enough soup. It's thick enough for me. I'm serving it over rice with cornbread. Got a bit of bacon there, look. I want to be serving up with some cornbread. And there we go. That's black-eyed peas done as Hoppin John, served over rice with cornbread. Okay, just looking here. Oh, black-eyed peas, all our veg, bit of bacon. Oh, that is incredible. The flavour profile through there is very smoky. It's got a little bit of heat because obviously we've got the chili in there, the cayenne. It's delicious. That is amazing. black-eyed peas, bacon, oh, served over the rice, and I believe it's called Hoppin John. Some nice cornbread in there, look. Oh, oh man, that is absolutely flipping amazing. That takes me back to when I was in South Carolina about 30 years ago. That is amazing. Perfect. Chili heat, beans, a lovely savoury flavour through there with all that smoky flavour from the smoky bacon, the paprika. It's got a little bit of heat with the cayenne. That is superb. That is truly amazing. Well, if you like what we're doing, don't forget, smash that like and subscribe, share with your friends, all that kind of stuff. We'll catch you in the next video.